truth most people never learn. Not because it's hidden, but because they're too afraid to face it. Your life will expand the moment you stop trying to be liked. And it will contract the moment you base your decisions on approval. Hello everyone and welcome to High Soul Podcast. In today's session, we will talk about how to understand if you're walking the right path in your life. Let's get into it. So, here's the paradox. Every powerful transformation in your life will begin with someone not liking it, not accepting it, and simply not supporting and understanding it, or even sometimes mocking it. But this is actually where the true alignment begins, because the moment you start choosing yourself and the moment you start becoming the woman or just the person you're meant to be, something predictable happens. People fall away, not because you're becoming worse, but because you've become clearer. You've become clearer with your boundaries, with your worth, and just with your direction. And clarity exposes those who benefited from your confusion. Now let me tell you something many adults never actually fully grasp. Not everyone is meant to like you, and not everyone is meant to stay. Not everyone is capable of appreciating your growth, especially yours, because your growth demands courage. Courage that most people avoid. Your healing requires honesty. Honesty that most people just simply fear. And your confidence shines a light on people's insecurities. And most of the people are not ready to face their insecurities. And what do? They just distance themselves. They label you, they criticize you, they talk about you, they misunderstand you. But none of this means you're doing something wrong. It means actually the opposite. In fact, it always means the opposite. Evolution always creates friction, and elevation always reveals the truth. So one of the first prices you pay for your self-respect is losing the people who benefited from your lack of it. When you were accommodating, everyone was comfortable. When you were silent, nobody felt challenged. When you were insecure, everyone got to feel superior. And when you needed validation, people had power over you. But the moment you simply stop seeking permission, the moment you step into your authority, people lose their power. And they don't like it. This is what self-respect really is. The willingness to disappoint others in order to stay true to yourself. That is the doorway to your next level. If your growth reminds someone of their stagnation, they will call you too much. If your ambition reminds someone of their fear, they will call you unrealistic. And if your confidence reminds someone of their insecurities, they will call you arrogant. So people are not reacting to you at all. They are reacting to their reflection in you. Your presence activates their shadow, their unhealed parts, their guilt, their limits. It's really that simple. And instead of growing, they withdraw. But pay attention closely to this one, because their withdrawal is not your loss. Your growth is not a punishment, and your evolution is simply not the problem. It's a filter that is separating who's aligned from who's not. So confident people really don't feel the need to be liked by everyone. They just need to feel aligned with the person sitting next to them. And when you're living in alignment, you no longer chase attention. You simply attract it. You no longer beg for respect. You embody it. And you no longer fight for people's approval. You simply walk in a way that makes the right people appreciate you naturally. That's why losing people is part of becoming confident. The stronger your energy becomes, the more sensitive you become to misaligned connections. And here's the important part. When you stop caring who likes you, you become magnetic to the people who are meant to love you and to receive you the way you are. Not because you're trying, but because you're finally being yourself. Most of the people around the world don't even like themselves. So how can they like you authentically? Remember, people project, people judge out of fear and not out of wisdom. People criticize out of insecurity and not clarity. So basing your self-worth on the opinions of others is just like building a house on a sand. So the only stable foundation is to know who you are, to know what you stand for, and to know where you're going. If someone dislikes you, that's simply someone who has never meant to walk aside you. Not everyone has the emotional capacity to appreciate someone who's healing. Not everyone has the mindset to understand someone with a wisdom and with ambition. And not everyone has the heart to be with someone who has boundaries. And that is perfectly fine because the right people won't be confused by your growth. They won't be intimidated by your confidence and they simply won't be bothered by your standards. They will simply look at you and they will say, I see you, I respect you, keep going. That's it. And those are your people. The rest can fall away. So if people don't like you, just go and smile in their face. Not out of arrogance, but out of awareness. Awareness that you're finally choosing yourself. Awareness that you're no longer shrinking. Awareness you're no longer performing, and awareness that you're finally walking the path you were meant to walk. Because the moment you stop living for their approval, your life becomes yours again. And a life that belongs to you will always be liked by someone. But it will always feel like a freedom to you. And that's what it really matters.